Here we'll talk about incineration. In this case, the items which cannot be recycled, reused or disposed of in the land site are used for this process of incineration. What is incineration? It is a high temperature dry oxidation process. So where we are converting this organic combustible matter which cannot be recycled, which cannot be used further, this organic combustible matter is getting converted into inorganic incombustible matter. So what do you mean by inorganic incombustible matter? It is ash. So once we get the ash, we'll dispose it in the black bag. So by this whole process, as it is a high temperature dry oxidation process, there will be generation of greater amount of smoke. So this is the biggest disadvantage, that the generation of smoke is the biggest disadvantage. So what is happening in the incineration? We are converting this organic combustible matter like which cannot be recycled or reused into inorganic incombustible matter like ash. So we are disposing this ash in the black bag of materials which are needed to be incinerated, like the materials which cannot be recycled, reused. We are putting this in the yellow bag. And now if we look at other points, it does not require any pre-treatment, because obviously we are converting this items which cannot be recycled, reused or disposed of, right? So which is of no use, and ultimately it is getting converted into ash. Then there is no point of pre-treating it, right? So there is no requirement of pre-treatment. And also it leads to reduction of volume and weight of this matter, organic combustible matter. When we incinerate, it will turn into ash, so there will be reduction in weight and volume of the products. And incineration as is deposited in the black bag, so this yellow box materials are getting converted into ash, which will put in the black bag. So if we see at the waste which should not be incinerated, there is a pressured gas containers, we should not incinerate it. So just remember this gas, high metals, reactive substances and radioactive substances, these are the substances which should not be incinerated. And also halogenated, again gas, PVC, plastics, waste with the mercury and cadmium because it's a metal, sealed ampoules containing this heavy metals, silver radiographic waste because radiographic, and also broken thermometers because it has mercury, batteries also has lead, right? So these are the metals and radioactive substances, and gases should not be incinerated. So lined wooden panels, reactive chemical waste, radioactive waste, sharp waste. So these are the substances which should not be incinerated. So characteristics of the waste which are suitable for incineration are low heating volume. It should be having this low heating volume, and combustible material, non-combustible material. So combustible material should be greater than 60%, non-combustible fines should be less than 20%, and solids should be less than 5%. Moisture content also should be less than 30%. So we are talking about heat, moisture, combustible, non-combustible. So under non-combustible, we are talking about fines and solids. Fines are 20%, solids are 5%. This is 60 and this is 30, right? So let us see the types of incinerators. One is double chambered pyrolytic incinerator. Here we'll put all the infectious waste. And second one is single chambered pyrolytic incinerator, where we'll use this low cost and good efficiency products. So here it will lead to pollution emission. So we should not use this cytotoxic drugs or any thermoresistant chemicals, because it can get emitted through the pollutants, right? So we are not using the cytotoxic drugs or thermoresistant chemicals. But what should be used for the cytotoxic and the thermoresistant chemicals? We should use rotatory kilns. So here there is decomposition of this genotoxic, cytotoxic substances, and also heat resistant chemicals. So first is double chambered pyrolytics, where we are using this infectious waste. Then there comes the single chambered pyrolytics. It causes pollution. So we are not using the cytotoxic drugs and thermoresistant chemicals. For this we are using this rotatory kilns.